I've been acting for 13 years now. All these years, it's had its share of disappointment, rejection, heartbreak, all of that, A director tell me to my face that, I really, really wanted you in this film, but I'm not going to get the budget that I want. I had another director tell me that, you have everything it takes to be a mainstream leading actor, but right now, I can't do that with you. So, these things have all happened. But what brings one person success may not at all be what brings another person success. It isn't.
Hello and welcome to Midday.com. I'm Anjali Singh, and with me today I have this very talented actor Arjun Mathur. Arjun, welcome to Midday.com.
Thank you. Thanks, Anjali. Thanks for having me.
Arjun, I know it's a very happy moment for you, and I'm sure that a lot of messages you must have been bombarded with, and congratulatory messages and wishes. So, yes, what is the feeling right now after this International Emmy Awards nomination that you have been, that scored this year? Tell me.
Well, honestly, you're absolutely right that as of now, as of the last few days, it's just been like a pretty manic trying to keep up with with like interviews and responding to people. Basically, there's such an outpouring of love and support. I'm running about 48 hours behind in responding to my messages actually. So if anyone's watching this who sent me a message, I'm getting to it. Please bear with me. All of this has not given me much time to stop and think and feel too much, to be honest. I have been quite numb in these past few days. A week has passed almost. It feels to me like it's been 2 or 3 days. But what makes it real for me, what's making it real is exactly like people like yourself, my friends, family, who are so thrilled, and so slowly I'm starting to realize that, wow, this is a really big deal for a lot of people and for the country, apparently.
Arjun, I have read that, as you said, that it was not very easy for you to believe, or it was little you couldn't take it. It did not sink in so easily. But you had been appreciated, and I'm sure you still get appreciations for the kind of role, the kind of portrayal you did in Made in Heaven. After looking at all those appreciations, why is it so difficult or kind of shocking for you to accept this or take this?
I think, well, that's only natural, because it's like, look, I've been acting for 13 years now. And all these years, it's had its share of disappointment, rejection, heartbreak, all of that. And I think as actors generally, right, we are quite insecure and we uh, come like self doubt and envy and insecurity. These are all things that are part and parcel of an actor's life. So slowly I'm starting to realize that, wow, this is a really big deal for a lot of people and for the country, apparently. When something like this happens, it's just like, yeah, it just the first instances. I mean, the first moments are always a little hard to believe because, especially when you've been at it for so long, and when you haven't really received the validation that you crave, whether it's from you just we often look for validation from exterior sources, whether it's commercial Bollywood or it's a big budget film or whatever it is. So since those things have kind of evaded me more or less, I to get this acknowledgement on a world stage like this was slightly unbelievable initially.
Since you have mentioned, I would want to ask you, like, ever since you started, if I'm not wrong, 2007, right? And 13
Yes.
years, you say. So, over these 13 years, when you look back right now, any particular moment or time where your insecurities or your kind of hard times or difficult times really took over you and you just wanted to give up? Did that ever happen?
I certainly felt many times that I came quite close to, give up in terms of just like, there are other things I can do with my life. And so those are thoughts that just came and went now and then, sometimes. So yeah, but that's the thing, in this industry, honestly, in our lines, in this field, there is no set path, there's no roadmap, there are no rules. nobody can really tell you कि अरे ये करो तो आपको success मिलेगा या फिर ये करो तो you know what brings one person success may not at all be what brings another person success. It isn't ever, because we're all unique, you know. And yeah, but the thing is, each time you're faced with that choice, you have to just make the choice to keep walking, you know. That's all. That's the only rule there is, that you just have to keep going. It's very easy to, you again and again, you'll be faced with things which make you feel कि यार बस हो गया, अब मैं बस give up कर देता हूँ. But each time that you put that aside and decide, no, you know what, I'm going to keep walking, I'm going to create my own path. Those are all small. Those are all small victories, you know, each time.
Before you have your victories, I'm sure with everybody, with every actor, the journey is never very easy. There are rejections, there are things that you did not expect to happen, but happens, and not for the good at times. So any rejection or any particular role that you had really wanted to be a part, do it, but you couldn't grab it. You remember anything like that?
Of course, I remember. I remember all of them. And there were many. I mean, like there were a bunch of big films that really would have been life changing roles for me, and I came very close, and I was right up there in like the final two or three considerations. But at the last minute, I could not be cast because of market and commerce limitations. So yeah, I faced that a bunch of times. One time, I had a director tell me to my face that I really really wanted you in this film, but the market is not allowing me. I'm not going to get the budget that I want. One time, I had another director tell me that you have everything it takes to be a mainstream leading actor, but right now I can't do that with you. One time I had a producer tell me, so much so that we can't put you in this film because you're too much better than the other actor who happens to be a star relation. So these things have all happened, but वो मेरा चॉइस है, that how I want to look at these things, कि या तो मैं ये पकड़ के बैठ जाऊं और रोने लगूं और बोलूं कि अरे इंडस्ट्री इतनी खराब है and it's so bad and all this, or I can make those very experiences my fuel, because I think this industry belongs to nobody, honestly, and each time someone tells you that you can't be something, I think you should just turn around and walk out and be like, okay, you are telling me that, but who are you? मैं करके दिखाऊंगा, कहीं किस कोई और रास्ता अपना के दिखाऊंगा, yeah, that's it. So it doesn't matter. There's always two ways to look at things, and I don't look at those disappointments anymore. जो शुरू शुरू में जरूर मैं काफी बिटर था, गुस्सा होता था, और I was quite disappointed, but it's okay because I slowly learned that it's, all you have to do is keep your head down and keep working, and eventually what's meant for you will come only to you, and what's not meant for you will never be yours. तो बस हमको अपनी अपनी जो जर्नी है, आई थिंक वी हैव टू लव एंड रिस्पेक्ट द यूनिकनेस ऑफ आवर ओन जर्नीज, and not compare ourselves to others all the time, because when you do that, that is the real trap. कि अरे उसके पास जो है वो मेरे पास क्यों नहीं है, that's a trap. So I think it's just important to enjoy your own shoes wherever they stand. And yeah, after all, it's my own shoes that have brought me here today,
So now, since you have got all the recognition, now people know you as such a good actor, they have loved your projects. Tell me, what has changed or what will change now?
I don't know. I certainly don't know. And I try to not think about these things either. मैं अपनी लाइफ में ज्यादा expectations नहीं रखता हूँ, because high expectations always lead to disappointment, and also, like, you have to understand that nobody owes you anything. You know what I mean? Now, just because I got this nomination doesn't mean the filmmakers in Bombay owe me anything, So I don't know what will change. I hope that I continue to be excited by the parts and projects that are offered to me. I hope better and better filmmakers are think of me for their films. I hope that filmmakers are able to cast me, and that I manage to bring enough of value, or and that people don't lose money as they make films with me. So that's what I hope for, that. But yeah, ऐसा कुछ नहीं that I'm hoping कि अब मुझे ये cast करेगा, वो cast करेगा. It's up to them. At the end of it, honestly, I'm just an actor waiting to be cast. I'm glad that I've always, the industry has always, I think, considered me a fairly dependable actor. I'm very happy to have this stamp of worldwide validation on me. But I don't know what will happen, because सब कुछ fleeting होता है. Honestly, your success is also fleeting, failure is also fleeting, happiness is also fleeting, despair is also fleeting. So things keep changing. So I don't get too attached to, okay, right now as things are. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. That's all.
Okay. Also, since now we have seen your work, people have loved your work, and this recognition that you have got. Now, will that reflect, or that will that influence your body of work or the choices you're going to make in future?
Let me be clear that why I am here, why I am where I am, is because I have always been very clear about my choices. I've been very clear about what I take up, and when if something does not connect with me here, I have never taken it up. Well, let me put it this way: I hope it influences the projects that are offered to me, but it's certainly not going to influence the projects that I choose, because मैं कोई ऐसा सोचकर अब प्रोजेक्ट नहीं चूज करूंगा कि अरे अभी अब तो मैंने ये करा है तो अब मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए या वैसा करना चाहिए. I don't think I am so good at planning like that. I'm very good at following my instinct. तो जब मेरे सामने आएगा प्रोजेक्ट, तब देखते हैं मैं क्या चॉइस करता हूँ.
Okay, well put actually. Okay, talking about Made in Heaven, you have done, certainly I remember, certain roles I have seen you in by chance of several other films. So, but then what do you think that what really worked for you in Made in Heaven, the role that you played?
I think there's many factors here, because see, it takes a lot for a project to firstly click. It's like there are many projects we take up thinking कि हाँ ये कुछ अच्छा बनेगा, लेकिन something or the other falls short. चाहे either it's production support, or it's a director's vision, or it's a actor's acting ability, or it's the how the film was promoted, or how where it's going to be seen. तो ये सारे factors होते हैं which influence how a show or a film is finally going to perform. And I think Made in Heaven just happened to be that one thing where everything kind of came together. It was being made by a solid, fantastic, talented bunch of people. It put together a very good and very talented cast. It streamed on a great platform like Amazon Prime, wherein it was able to go to every corner of the globe. It had great production value. It had full-on production, full-on support in terms of promotions. So all these things come together, and of course, let's not forget the script itself and what the content really is. So all of this needs to work together to really make a project work, and that's what happened in Made in Heaven. Really, yeah. I think I just got to. It gave me a proper chance to showcase myself, and for that work to reach as far and wide as possible, that I think it just couldn't be ignored. The smaller films that I've done, it's been easy to ignore them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay. Also, you have pulled
Yeah.
out you have pulled off the character of, Karan so well, a homosexual guy, and it looks effortless to, us as an audience, for an audience. Tell me, but you think that playing a homosexual guy has its own challenges, characters?
No, I'm sorry. No, that's completely false. A homosexual character has no new challenges than playing a heterosexual part. If I play a normal man, then why doesn't somebody ask me, okay, how was it playing a man? How was it playing a straight man? You know, it's the same thing. I have to approach a character what his human struggles are, not what his sexual preference is. So there are absolutely no challenges. As the only singular thing I would state is, because I am a straight heterosexual man, then each time that I had to kiss a man on screen, I would have some moments of anxiety before that, but then I would overcome that before we gave the shot.
Both of you and Shobita became household names and such favorite characters. After that, when you moved around, or you maybe when you went to places or parties, did people come to you with some amazing compliments or something that really touched your heart about the show, about your
Yeah,
character?
so much, so much. I can't tell you, something, because see, this was not like a single screen film which became a super duper hit. And it didn't cause like a mass hysteria, jise kehte hai na, कि I'm getting thronged by people or anything. But a lot of the my experiences have been a lot more personal. A lot of people coming up to me and sharing their personal stories, writing to me with their personal stories. So I can't tell you the number of people that I've interacted with, who either after watching the show were able to come out to their family, or were able to come out to their workplaces, or people who were able to accept a gay member of their family better after watching the show. So a lot of these experiences have been shared with me, and those are, I think, way more special than anything. Like I keep sharing this one story, which, if you don't mind, I'll share. One woman wrote to me. She was like, I'm a 35-year-old woman, and she had two sons. One was 4 years old and 2 years old. And she said that, until today, homosexuality has made me quite uncomfortable. I didn't want to understand anything about it, because it made me uncomfortable. But after watching your show, I feel that if one or both my sons tomorrow grow up to be gay, I'm going to love them and support them twice as much. So how amazing is that?
That's beautiful,
And as
actually.
an yeah, and as an artist, we can only dream about this. That we are able to, कि ठीक है, पैसा भी मिल जाएगा, ये भी हो जाएगा, वो भी हो जाएगा, fame, celebrity, all that is fine. But as an artist, to be able to touch even one person's heart like that, and to be able to influence even one point of view, wherein, like, through your work you've actually been able to affect a life, that is a very rare and cherished feeling. So Made in Heaven has brought me a lot of that, and it's really special to me.
We have seen you sorting out the love lives of different people in your show, and I'm sure you must be having a huge fan following. Tell us about your love life a bit, because we are a little curious there. Yeah. A little, just throw some light on your personal life. What do you like doing? What is your relationship status? Should girls be disappointed, or should they be happy?
I think girls and boys should be disappointed, because I am straight. Let me answer this also, in case anyone has that doubt.
Yeah.
I'm heterosexual and straight, and I'm in a very happy, committed relationship. That's all there is to it.
That's lovely. And it was amazing talking to you, Arjun. And it's always fun to watch you on screen. So we look forward to your good work and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anjali. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.